Welcome back to Justice and part 2 now of my trip to the Arizona-Mexico international border. This time I headed out at night. My first stop, a first-hand look at over $500,000 worth of drugs seized in one stop. So today, kind of an active day, more than 1,000 pounds of marijuana seized here at the Nogales Border Patrol Station.
Yes, ma'am. Earlier today, our agents encountered about 24 backpackers just east of the town of Nogales and resulted in the seizure of a little bit over 1,100 pounds.
Is the seizure of over 1,000 pounds of marijuana unusual?
No, not unusual. It's definitely a monthly occurrence. Today, when we seized, 1,100 pounds of marijuana, when they're transporting heroin, it's a kilogram, which is much easier to conceal, and so we see that more in the vehicles, concealed in vehicles.
With the opioid epidemic being more serious in the United States, you're seeing hardcore drugs coming across the border?
We are. We've seen a significant increase in heroin, for instance.
All right, so let's take a look at the drugs and how they come across. Wow.
So these are the bundles.
As I look at all this marijuana, it's all exactly the same size and the same configuration. And you realize that there's got to be a huge organization behind the growing and the packaging and the transporting of this.
Absolutely, it's a criminal network.
Oh, this is heavy.
Yeah.
These guys aren't that big, are they? So they're carrying 48 pounds on their back as they're crossing the desert.
Yes.
That's not easy. Any back trouble? Any additional Medicaid? To give you an idea of what's going on, a van just pulled in with a whole group of immigrants that they just picked up at the border. They'll be taken inside for processing and then taken through the whole immigration processing system. We're in command and control at C2 at Nogales, and what you see here are all the cameras along the border, and some of them identifying with that red blinking frame activity that needs to be looked at. We've got one camera taking the place of 20 different Border Patrol agents, and the technology is so advanced that we can't even talk about it. As you can see, it's dark. We're on a dusty road. We're going right to the border and to see what activity is going on there.
So this is an area that's very common. We'll have illegal aliens jumping the fence in this area. We're coming into a shift change right now, so now will be a time where it's active.
In other words, they know when you guys change shifts.
Yes, ma'am.
Scary, isn't it?
It is. So we're just about a mile north of the border.
Wow, look at the fabric that, that's apparently evidence of people getting caught in the bushes.
Yep.
The clothing, anyway.
So this used to be an area that just drive through vehicles loaded with narcotics. Now with the fences, and this is actually a good road compared to what we used to be driving down.
We're about a mile from command and control, and as you can see, it is pitch black here. We're about 100 yards from the border itself. On a night when people would cross, I mean, how do these people know where they're going? How do they, it's pitch black, there's nothing.
So generally they have guides that they're paying to bring them into the United States, and they follow the guides.
Is night preferred?
Absolutely. So we do have some technology advantage at night, but at the end of the day, whether they're hiding under a tree or running down a trail, that's something that is difficult for an agent to deal with. So we have to be careful of where we're going, watch our footing, etc. We have to look under every bush, every tree out here, because we don't know if they hid something or if someone's hiding out there.
What you're seeing right now is me 100 yards from the border through the technology, through the night vision that Border Patrol has. Their technology is even more advanced. We can't talk about that. But as they police and patrol the area, they can see shadows, they can see individuals coming along the border, irrespective of how black it is, how dark it is, the fact that there are no markings and no roads. Here we are literally on the border of Mexico and the United States. This is part of the fence that has been opened for the what?
For the monsoon season. So in Arizona we have seasonal monsoon rains. Significant amount of water drains through here, and if we don't open this fence, the debris will build up and it can push down the fence and erode the south side.
Yeah, but if I want to come from Mexico to the United States, I'm going to wait for monsoon season for you guys to open the gate, and I'm crawling through.
Well, we have a lot of technology. We have a lot of agents watching this area.
Here we are securing the border. Fox News at work. So we're off of Main Street here, and I'm looking at a drainage. What is this?
So this is the water draining from Mexico into the United States, and this is draining underneath the city of Nogales. So what they do, historically, they would come and tunnel from legitimate sewer drains into this tunnel where they could come out in this area.
So they'll do that to come into this country?
Absolutely, and to smuggle narcotics into this country.
A special thanks to Cochise County Sheriff Mark Donnells and Border Patrol for everything they do.